Alright, everybody, welcome back to the fourth match in this modern competitive league. We're currently 3-0, 6-0 in games. We have not dropped a single game. So let's pat ourselves on the back here. Um, we would like to play first. So we won the die roll, yep. Let's take a look at our hand. That's a pretty ugly hand. If we had another land, I would probably keep, but to me, this looks like a mulligan. And now this looks like a keep. Now, even though we can't cast Terminate, we can cast Mana Leak. So we'll keep. So we want this land on top. It doesn't really help us cast any of our spells. So I'm going to say bottom. We'll start with Serum Visions. And we still drew another island. We don't want another Terminate. We'll keep another Serum Visions on top. But it really depends on what our opponent plays out here, and if we need to keep up Mana Leak. And this to me feels like Jund. And because we don't actually have a way to use these removal spells. Oh no, this is Living End. Oh no! Now we really need to keep up Mana Leak for like the rest of the game. We'll go ahead and crack this fetch here, get a Blood Crypt. Game 1, we are pretty poorly positioned against them. So here we go. Now we can cast Terminate and, Kolaghan's Command, but it doesn't really get us anywhere. What we need is a cheap Delve threat. And then just keep up, we just have to Mana Leak this, even though it's not the threat, which is Living End. Setting us back on lands is going to be really tough. So we'll go ahead and play this tapped. Delver of Secrets is kind of what we needed on turn 1. Now we still have that other Mana Leak. Interesting that they run Raging Ravine. I didn't know that Living End played Raging Ravine. Would love to see Cryptic Command here. We have to. We need our lands to function from here on out. See if we can find a Cryptic Command. Oh, that's exactly what we found. Oh, look at us. Pros. Exactly how we planned it out. Alright. Now we got a clock. We got a good counterspell in hand. Alright. They could just start, casting their threats. Their big, meaty threats. But they could also just double spell. Yeah, that's the problem with Living End. Go ahead and shock. Just to pretend like we have something to do with all this mana. Alright, but wait, let's be honest, we don't. We're probably going to have to counter this first Living End. Yep, Cascade is good. That's a lot of Fulminators in there. We'll have to counter target spell and draw a card. But we really wanted to see this Delver a bit earlier. And now they're probably going to go for it again. And then blow up a bunch of our lands. Snapcaster Mage is a good draw, but it's a little slow. Demonic Dread probably here. Yep. And this time it sure does work. And their board is scary and ugly, and they're going to cut us off a bunch of mana soon. Not to say that we can't win, but, we'll be cut off Terminate because of these double islands, almost assuredly, so we're not in the best position here. Yep, they cut us off one of the red, the other red, and I think that's smart play by our opponent here. A Polluted Delta is a sweet draw because it means we can keep up Snap Leak Not that we really want to do that for any reason. Beast within their land. Sure. So wow, Raging Ravine is actually pretty nice to close out the game here. Sure. I wish we had like a bolt, that way we could like start pressuring our opponent's life total too. The best play might just be K command, get back, Delver, deal 2 damage. Those fulminators are really tough though. We'll get our last red source here, basically. Return target creature card from our graveyard to our hand. Deals 2 damage. Because we are not winning like any card advantage game. Alright. Whew, this is tough. Beast within, targeting there. That's fine. We're gonna have to terminate anyways. And then if we hit another land, we can go snap Cryptic. But they got Raging Ravine. They might fire it up here. And if they do, we're not too upset. So now it's here. It's smarter to actually kill the token. Because if we get this back in their graveyard, then they can just, cascade again. No blocks. We'll terminate one of the beast tokens. That way we are not just dead, but we might just be dead. We have very little ways of actually winning this game. Street Wraith. Okay. The dream is alive. Let's see another Cryptic. Lightning Bolt. Oh, God. We're 1 off. Aren't we? Jeez. So let's see here. If we don't attack, can we survive another turn? I mean, this is 3. This is Bolt, Snap, Bolt. Oh, man, we are 1 off. That's rough. That is rough. I think we put up a good fight here. We have some good sideboard tools, kind of, in the form of Surgical Extraction, Counter Squall. Dispel doesn't do much. Let me just make sure I'm not missing anything, like in our graveyard. I mean, another land would have been nice for Snap Cryptic. And K Command. We could go Snap K Command just to get some more information. Because, yeah, we don't win this game. Yeah, they have 4 threats to our, essentially, 3 ways to block. So go K command, say okay. We'll go K command. Everything at face. Black, red, blue. But we're just a little bit, they were just a little bit too fast for us. We maybe shouldn't have fought over those, right, what was that? That was Living End that they discarded? Yeah, discards Living End. Just in case they don't attack with the Raging Ravine, but I mean, we're dead here. So, but let's make them play it out. Yep. And they know what we got in hand. I'll swing out. Sure. All right, they got this game. GG's. Got a little too cocky there in the beginning, I'm sure. All right, Counter Squall. Fulminator Mage is interesting. We can start cutting them off lands. Collective Brutality. Surgical Extraction. Just, take a look at their hand. Fatal Push. Heck no. Whoops, we probably want that Bolt. Spell Snare, no way. Arguably Terminate we don't even want, and even K Command's a little slow, but it goes to the face, which is why I'm keeping K Command. Alright. I think that's a pretty good setup. Counter Squall, Fulminator, Collective Brutality, Surgical. I mean, these are good tools to bring in. Let's see if we can take advantage of this game. Gross. No, let's mulligan. I think we'll have to keep just because. I'm getting punished for those Fulminators, huh? Let's try to hit some more lands here. Sweet. Bolt on bottom. Sulfur Falls on top. And we'll go ahead and pass here. We'll probably fetch up Watery Grave. Then we'll play the Sulfur Falls. And we'll try to cut them off of a land on our turn 3 and their turn 2. And then hopefully we'll hit a 4th land for Cryptic. And maybe find some pressure after that. But that's our game plan. Maybe find some hate soon. Alright, they're keeping up their mana for their cycling. Yep, you may cycle. Let's see, do you have another land is the question. Yeah, you do. Alright. Go ahead and Watery Grave it up here. Creeping Carpet is not bad. But we'll go Fulminator Mage right now. And we'll go for their Stomping Ground right away. Sure, they'll cycle again. But we just need to slow them down just a little bit so that we can get to where we want to be. But it looks like they got plenty of cyclers. There's another land. I'm not sure how much we'll be able to slow them down at this point. Bloodstained Mire, great draw. Untap blue is what we need to fight off a Living End. Architects, sure. They're just... Oh boy, they're going off. Oh, Jesus. It makes me worried that their hand is probably loaded, and they might not even go for it in the face of a Cryptic. Fulminator, God. That's really punishing. We'll say okay. I don't think this is what we want to fight over. Let's go ahead and add a blue. Say okay. Alright, now this is where we want to go. Bolt, snap, bolt. Which means we should probably get another. Probably steam this. Ah, boy. Living End. Not the ideal matchup. But great. We got a swamp. They're probably not going for it now, which makes sense. Another Cryptic is very interesting. But yeah, they can go off at like instant speed. Beast Within. Yeah, that's fine. They can go ahead and block. That is favorable for me. I just need time. time to draw more cards, time to counter their spells, time for them to be a little bit lower on mana. Now, they might have made that play because they have tons of lands in hand. Yeah, now we might just get beat down by like a 3/3 now. We say okay here. Tasigur is a fantastic draw. We'll go ahead 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keeping Snapcaster Mage in the graveyard. And let's hope they don't have any instant speed. Cascade. Because that could put us in a really tough position. Their graveyard is stocked though. We'll go ahead and play out this land. We'll attack with Tasigur. They'll block. We say sure. And pass. They're down to 5. So if we can like survive a bit, find the lightning bolt. Looks like they can't even find their cascaders. Which kind of sucks. Or they could just be going for the double spell turn here to play it safe. Fulminator Mage, we're going to say okay. They'll probably want to block and then blow up the tar pit. And we're getting to the dangerous turn of being able to double Cryptic. Right, but they're going to blow up a land, of course, in the form of tar pit. Yep, we saw that one coming. A mile away. Are they going for it? Oh, another cycler. Forest cycling. So that's a bit better than just drawing. It means that they're just getting a land. The question is, what are we hoping for here? We're putting them in a pretty tough position where they'll maybe have to chump block with Raging Arena, or maybe they'll even have to hard cast one of their big dummies. Violent Outburst, yeah, sure. We're gonna have to say counter and draw. Oh wow, they just conceded. Whew! Alright, the dream is alive still. Let's see if we can keep it going. Is there anything else we want to sideboard differently? Anger of the Gods doesn't do anything. Wow, so we don't have anything that like exiles graveyards. I mean, Surgical Extraction is not that great. So we really have to rely on our counter magic, maybe our Collective Brutality for disruption, and we really want to get an early Delver this game. Oh boy. But yeah, let's run it. What we want to do with Surgical is get one of their living ends in the graveyard and then Surgical it, and that cuts them off the combo, which gives us a much better chance to win. But I'll be honest, I didn't expect to win that game, so I think that was more of their deck kind of messing up than our deck succeeding. But this is a great hand. Turn 1 Delver, turn 2 Collective Brutality, potentially turn 4 Cryptic if we don't get our mana denied. I think we're looking to have a good game here. Cycle, play some lands, probably cycle some more eventually. Another Delver is interesting. We'll just go ahead and play this Delver. And cycle again. Not much we can do. I don't know if they're playing the Simian Spirit Guide version or like the Yeheni's Expertise version. They could be on a few different builds here. Alright, always yield. No, we don't want that Delver. Alright, so I'm pretty afraid of, like, a turn 3 combo. So I'm actually going to go for the Collective Brutality here. And get a Watery Grave with it. Yes. And I'm just going to get them to reveal their hand. We're in a tough position here. We are. Oh, jeez. So they got it. They got the combo. We'll take their instant speed one. That way they have to tap out on their turn. But my guess is they'll go for it here. As I would. Sure. So this creature is kind of a liability almost. It just allows them to go Demonic Dread. Yep. Can't stop this, unfortunately. We're going to have a hard time racing it, too. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's not an optional choice, is it? Yeah. And now we're going to feel pretty dumb because we sided out our Terminates. We'll get a Steam Vents here. We'll go ahead and Serum Visions. We really want to chain Cryptic commands. That's kind of going to be our only way to win here. So we're just going to have to race as best as we can, as best as we know how. We're going to take 6 here. We'll go down to 8. As long as they don't play something else, we have a chance to ride off into victory with Cryptic commands. They're cycling though, so yeah. I think we know about Living End. Yes, we do want to reveal. Yes. Play that. Let's take a look at our graveyard once more. There's definitely an argument to going Snapcaster Mage, Serum Visions here. We're not doing much else this turn. We don't want to see either of these cards. And then we could even block, just to preserve our life total just a little bit. Go ahead and say okay. We'll block up here. Avoid death for a little bit longer. Fulminator Mage. That's fine. We have an island. Jesus. Cut us off red. That's fine. Oh god, this is going to be close. We know they have one dead Living End in hand. And we got to make sure to tap their team before combat. Alright. Tap all creatures your opponents control. Draw a card. Fulminator Mage. Alright. Alright, they're going to try to cycle into another Cascade. This is going to be a close game. This is going to be a real close one. Oh my god, we got there. Whoo! That was intense. That was intense. This is why I love Cryptic Command. It is so versatile. It's not just a control card. It's a tempo card. It's a tap your team, draw a card, swing in for 6. Wow. That was very fun. Alright, see you guys for the finals. Whew, that was intense.